Good morning. It's October 28th, and I haven't had a video up for quite a while. It was a very busy summer. It was very hot, and there was lots of work to do, and I really just didn't have the energy to take time and talk about what was going on and what I was doing. I'm standing in the sunroom, and Tom is in the process of closing up the last windows up here. And then we have a little insulating to do around some of the outside edges of the shelves. And then of course the trim around the door here to close in that strip of air that's coming in because it's real cold. And down on the floor, there'll be a larger sill board that'll come out across here, and that'll help close up that gap, and we'll put some stuff in there to buffer the cold there. But a lot of things have come in. We're getting ready this is our last day of kind of summery fall weather. It's supposed to be about 74 today, and then tomorrow we start to go down and have nights in the 30s and much cooler daytime temperatures. So we're prepping the yard for kind of the end of everything. And so I've brought in the geraniums that are going to live here in the sunroom now. And they'll get established in here. I've also potted up some of my trees from the little house that have been living over there for all of this time. My fig tree and my little I can't remember what this is called, but anyway, my neighbor Angie gave this to me for Christmas years ago. A little guy in a little foil pot, and then my avocado tree, which started about 15 years ago. I started it from a little avocado pit in the windowsill, and this is him now. And he's very happy. He's putting on tons of new growth. I can't get over how quickly he's just been so happy. All of these new shoots, these over here, they're really long, really tall. But he's very happy too. And we moved over the two little wood cook stoves that we got from our neighbor Mark that was in Detroit's house originally. And the one on the right needs welding work in order to be usable, so we're not going to worry about that one right now, but I wanted to get it in here so we have more surface space. And the one on the left is the usable one, and so we can do water out here or whatever we want if we feel like it. And Tom will be putting in fire resistant material back here, and then the stovepipe will come out and go through there. Anyway, so then we'll have that heat source, and we also have, which I can't ever remember what they're called, but it's some kind of a wall unit that'll go up here that is like heating and cooling. So we'll have a couple of different things we can do out here, depending on the cost of using anything that takes power. So right now we just have this little space heater. I'm sure it's costing a fortune, and we run that at night and leave the door open into the house so that the wood heat can come out here too. Anyway, so Tiger is in her new home, and she is our goldfish that was severely injured in a pump accident in the pond. We took her inside to hospice her, figured she would be passing away. She had no tail. Most of her end of her body was gone, but she was still alive, and so we put her in and put salt in the water, corium salt, to soothe her, and really figured we'd be losing her any time. And instead, she grew a new tail and healed. Her body is completely bent, though, from her injury, as you can see. And the white part, that'll never get color in it again. It's been a couple years. But she is loving her pond tank. And I grabbed some plants out of the pond, some marsh marigold, and threw them in here so that she'd have something in here to peck around in. And anyway, so here's what's going on in here. Excuse me, Shadow, you're not going outside. Go on. No, go on. You're not going outside. So outside, things are pretty dry. With the sun lower and the wind, it is amazing how quickly everything dries out this time of year. So trying to get everything good and soaked before we go into our cooler temperatures. And so this is the main yard. And I'll be hand watering the tomatoes and stuff and picking all the green tomatoes when we get down to near freezing temperatures and bring those in to ripen. And then those pots, in this climate, we can't leave anything that's ceramic or glass or anything like that outside, because they'll get wet and they'll freeze and they'll be destroyed. So the tomatoes will come out and I'll winter those in the sunroom. But anyway, this is all dry through here. This will be getting good hand watering today. But I wanted to, here's my Jerusalem artichoke. You can certainly tell they're related to sunflowers. Look at the shape of the leaves and little blooms up there. It is really tall. And this, my potato bed, which you'd never know was a potato bed because I put nasturtiums in for companion planting, and now it just looks like a nasturtium bed because it was a very buggy year as a result of a very wet spring. So when we get a freeze this week, before we get a freeze, I'll pick all the nasturtium flowers, and then these will all be killed, and then I'll dig up my potatoes. And then the new compost bin is coming along nice and full, and I've got tons of honesty plants that filled in under the new shelf to the sunroom there. They're going to be beautiful next year, and things are pretty happy. We had a huge crop of peaches. We spent a day, Tom and I, canning peaches, and there's still peaches that we've been giving away and are in the fridge. So that was pretty exciting. We got 14 beautiful plums off of this little plum tree, which was really good because it has some kind of disease in the trunk. So I wasn't sure how it would do this year, but it did pretty well. And we've been getting lots of filberts. I'll show you those. I should have showed you in the sunroom, but here is one of my tomato plants that Jay just are so carried away this year. And this one in this barrel, I think I said something before about it going up into the filbert tree, but seriously, it is clear up in the filbert tree, like way the heck up there. Anyway, so it's really sad that those guys are going to have to come down. I've just never seen them grow like this before. It's pretty crazy. And there's Peru, little Peru. Hi, Peru. And he is the only cat that gets to come outside during the daytime, and he comes in at night. But due to his healed injuries from when he was an outside kitty, he can't climb the fences or anything, so he can't leave the yard, so he's safe to be out in the yard. Lots of things have been being cut back at this point, so it's not nearly as thick and full, but that's all right. I don't like to cut a whole lot of stuff back, but I like to have things cut back enough that because all the leaves will come down on the beds, and I'll leave all those, and then the snowdrops and the crocus will come up through them. There, the Virginia creeper is turning over that archway. Let's see, just tool out here. The asters are blooming here. The fall crocus are even starting to get done. It's late enough in the year for that, but it's been such warm weather. It's just been so strange. So anything that's still up and blooming or really looks happy, I have not cut back, like the comfrey. I'll be cutting that back pretty soon and layering that on top of those tomato pots, so that'll help put some good stuff in the soil for next year. And the pond, it's just covered this beautiful lily. This lily's called Colorado. It was really happy on this side of the pond this year. And I've got some curly dock that planted itself up on the side of the waterfall next to that watercress. That's going to be really pretty next year too. Now, I'm not sure why these guys are spending so much time in this side of the pond, but they keep it pretty stirred up. I've cut all the irises back now, but the cattails are all fallen over. There are a few blooms left on the butterfly bush, and there's actually been butterflies still coming to it, mostly cabbage whites. Had a plethora of cabbage whites this year, but anyway, they've been mostly the ones coming here, and very sunny out on this side of the yard. And the poor hollyhocks, so tall, and they fell over, but I can't get over these blooms. These aren't even double blooms. They're like massive, just massive blooms. So pretty. So I'll be saving seeds from those and spread those around. Here are some fall crocus that are up and looking pretty happy. My neighbor Polly, who's now passed away, she used to call those naked ladies, naked lady crocus, because they send up all their foliage in the spring, and it's really thick and it's green and tall. I mean, not really tall, but tall. And then that dies down, and then in the fall the crocus come up. And she used to always call them naked ladies because they didn't come up with any clothing. So anyway, and I'll walk out to the secret garden. Okay, Phantom, you gotta move. You gotta move, kid. You're gonna sneak out, my little girl. Walk out to the secret garden here and do a quick little tour out. Everything's pretty cleaned up out here. This poor rose, it's looking pretty good. It was pretty traumatized after I stood it up and cleaned it all up. But anyway, so a lot of things out here. I've been cleaning up underneath the blackberries to give everything plenty of room for next year. And my wheelbarrow that keeps getting kicked out of the woodshed because there's a lot of wood in there, and there isn't room when Tom's out there chopping wood to put the wheelbarrow back in there. So we'll be using this space in the secret garden to store more wood. We need to get a couple more loads at least. Tom will go out and cut that, and that stores here and get used up first so that it's not here in the springtime. I'm going to bring this nasturtium and his little friend Thyme in on the sunroom to see if we can extend the nasturtium's life some. And my little petunia that was so pretty over here, and some bug, I don't know who, came and ate all the blooms. Didn't bother the leaves, just the blooms. But now we have blooms coming back, so I think the bugs are at the end of their season. So I may try to bring that in for a little while and get some extra time for it. But I can't walk back that way because of the wheelbarrow, so I'll scoot through the house fast. Hi, Phantom. Hi. Okay. So it's a lot emptier in here without all the geraniums having to come in to live, so everybody else is getting pretty happy too. And this begonia, this is the begonia that I've been trying to give starts to all of you kids, because this was the one that was from my grandmother. She gave it to me. She had it potted, and she gave it to me when I was 17 and got married the first time. And Dan and I moved over to Ashland so he could continue to go to school. And we had it with us over there, and I've had it all these years. And so I've been taking just cuttings and starting new plants. This one is Stefan's, and Avery's already got one, and anyway, and Courtney. But anybody that wants one in our family, it's like I want to be sure that that just keeps going, since it was my grandma's, and it's been around a long time. Anyway, lots of things still coming. Oh, and the pears, we had lots of pears. Spent a day, Tom and I, canning pears, and I still have 2 refrigerators full of pears, so I'll be making pear butter starting tomorrow or the next day when we get down into this cooler weather, for certain, because then I won't be out here doing anything. But I think I have a baby filbert, and I think I'm going to put the baby filbert out in the fairy woods. My Bing cherry is really about at the end of its life. I wish I could get it cut back to the living part to see if I could revitalize it some, but I think I'm going to put the filbert out there by where the Bing cherry tree is, so that it can grow, because it's going to cast quite a bit of shade, and that'll also give a lot of privacy for all of us, which will be a good thing. my little asparaguses. Courtney, I tried them one year. Courtney gave them to me another year. And I don't know, they're pretty small in here, but they're still here and they're bigger than mine were last year. So I'm hoping their friend Iris and Snapdragon kind of keep them sheltered through the winter. But if they don't make it, I won't be trying asparagus in a barrel again. But anyway, so that's my little kind of first of fall tour and update. Oh, filberts. I wanted to show you the filberts. Okay, Shadow, you gotta move again. You can't come out, honey. Go, 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 go. You can't go out, sweetie. Tennessee, sleeping on a chair. So here are the filberts we've gathered so far. That's a lot when I didn't think we were gonna get any. So pretty exciting, and one filbert tree still has quite a few, so we go out every day and it's like a treasure hunt or egg hunt or something. It's pretty cool, going out and finding them. Anyway, I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed the little tour. I hope you're having a good the beginning of fall. I love you. Talk to you soon.